Good morning, Heavenly Tea. Hello, New Earth Mamas. So here we are. Hello, Lina, soul. Let's call your full soul presence in. All of the incarnations, all of Lina's incarnations, her past ones, on this earth and other places, so that we have full soul access, lots of information, lots of power, lots of strength, lots of goodness. And they all love you and support you and stand quietly. Maybe some of them are laughing because they're happy. Just all around you, from all the way from around the back of you, all around you to the front. You're surrounded in all your glorious incarnations with all their wisdom and intelligence and experience.
I wanted to answer, is there a specific reason it was I came to Ireland to live and in that house?
We just breathe that in for a moment. We're just going to go in. And I'm going to call forth a part of you to explain. Tell us, please, Lina, soul of Lina. This amazing journey she went on from originally far away Lithuania, very beautiful country, very, very different to England or to Ireland, not maybe so different to Ireland, but still far away. What was it that brought her to Ireland? Would you please speak on this? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's always a little adventure. A bit of an adventure and the call of the sea. Back to those Atlantean times, Ireland was the first wave. People scattered and moved there from the mainland. They moved to Ireland. Of course, later they moved to other places, other edges. And the people, remnants, moved all the way to Lithuania and Estonia and Latvia, all those places. The entire Baltic lands, all the coastal regions were collecting areas. But Ireland maintained that link. It has something of that ancient realm. And the connection point was what Lina is searching for. The activation. The other islands, perhaps of ancient, more ancient times, the Hyperborean, the Lemurian, those are perhaps a little less easy to access, but there is memory still. There's memory in the water itself, actually, in this strange little land that has been ravaged by so many conquests, Ireland, but wild and still a relatively small population. It has some of this. It is in the winds. It is in the winds, in the seas, and in the waters, as the interchange between the salt water and the fresh water. There is memory there. It is in the rocks too. And so this is the memory, the remembrance, the magical self-remembrance. Atlanteans were perhaps not the pinnacle of humanity, but they had things that we do not yet have again. It's a good place to find some information in the rocks, touching the rocks, asking for remembrance of the soul, trust of the soul. Now let us look specifically at Ireland and the people. There is a warmth in the people. That is a friendliness. That is something familiar to home. The warmth, not too much technology, not too much in the way of the heart. Quite simple. Yes, they may be a little gruff sometimes, but there is an authenticity still in the country folk. It's not a bad place to bring up a child. Family place.
Has it been related to Atlantis?
Right, yeah, let's get that confirmed. Okay,
Or
good. So we just go back into, I'm now addressing Lina's full soul, all of her incarnations, the past, if there are any parallel present, possibly even her future incarnations. And we speak to your soul and say, hey, Lina, was any part of you in Atlantean times? Is this why you are attracted to that energetic remnant of that civilization? Will you please respond to this? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, indeed we were. We were most certainly there. There are many, 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 many of us. In fact, all of us who were there are reincarnated all around. And it was a flourishing metropolis, a large landmass full of very intelligent beings. And yes, we went wonky. Things went wrong. We were compromised. Many of us didn't understand and gave our faith blindly to those in control, but most of us lived excellent lives, good, constructive lives, filled with skills being used to the full, good lives, not struggle. Yes, maybe hard work, but not in the way of fear and scarcity. It was a good, constructive existence.
And now it was Atlantis. Yes, I was reading a lot. Like Ireland had Atlantis, and it's like in Galway, and some as well is like underwater. There is the towns where, but we don't know these things, of course, in our daily life to see it. But I heard about Atlantis and Ireland a lot,
Mm. Yeah, there's
and
even
I
a
want.
lost island off the west coast of Ireland that appears in some legends like every 20,000 years. But yeah, it was the easiest place to flee to when Atlantis went under. I mean, Ireland was probably the nearest land. Yeah.
And even we were saying about the stones. I told you before when we was my brother's wife, we went with Christina. When we went there at Ferris Fields, I just came. I just needed to touch the stone, and I couldn't understand. And I touched, and I went as well. I needed again to touch the stones.
That's all you need. You just need that touchstone and then you reactivate it. Just like now, I didn't talk to my hands. I can just see them in my peripheral vision and in the screen. But instantly, as I thought that, they just started tingling. So it's just about getting your full energy in your body so that you can then allow, call in as much new energy as you want from source. Source doesn't mind. The creator of everything doesn't mind. It is everything. So if you feel that you just like an upgrade, just call it in. Yeah. Did you ever read the Ringing Cedars books, the Anastasia books?
No.
If I can find you a series, I'll send you, a link. Because she's Russian.
Mm-hmm.
And some people say she doesn't exist. I know she exists, right? She's she was brought up by a bear because her mother died, I think, in childbirth. And there was a grandfather, but literally a bear brought her up. So she lived most of her early life in the wild, but with sort of civilization through the grandfather. She's just one of these very pure spirits, could do all kinds of things with the weather and all stuff. The special ops people in Russia wanted to get her because she was so unusual. And in her adulthood, she got this guy who was an industrialist, Vladimir Megre, who was a steel industrialist. He just got this ridiculous inner summons to go to his dacha in the countryside, and he met Anastasia, who he fell in love with. He was married with a family in Moscow, but he thought he was just mesmerized by this woman because she was so magic. And she got him to write books, and he had to kind of write it as she dictated it because it had a special energy in the words. Anyway, they're fascinating books. One of the stories in there, she talks about the grandmother, her, I think it's like a great grandmother who, in the ancient tradition of that region, I don't know where in Russia it is now. It's maybe the Ukrainian-Russian border up in the north somewhere there. So not so far from your country, I suppose. There were big stone dolmen like you find in Ireland everywhere. Those big granite dolmen that particularly in the Burren, they're everywhere. And the wise member of the community, when they knew they were going to die, they would go into one of those dolmen and it would be closed and they would quietly just die in there over, period of 3 days. And the accumulated wisdom in their life, and because they were the wise person, would be transferred into the granite of the stone. And so people
Oh,
would come and touch the stone on the outside to access through the crystal transfer, it's radio signal, the information. So that's what you're doing in Ireland. And the big trees, of course, you imagine if, then a big tree comes and grows next to one of these, the transfer of information is going into the living tree. And if it's been there for 500 years, there's a lot of information. This might have been 20,000 years old, and this might be, 500 years old. So you're accessing information. What my fairy friend said, we're going to be coming together more. And the fact that you and I are having this conversation, that I have conversations with more and more people, that it's more normal to talk about this, that there are soldiers from the secret space program in the United States who are talking about their experiences much more, allowed to give more information. It's coming together. And so, this is what is happening. That's why we have to remember it, because we're going to be part of that movement, the naturalization of valuing nature in its true sense. Now, Lina, what questions are coming into your mind?
I would like to ask about house.
Good. Okay, so we go a little more directly to this situation of Lina in the house she is living in. And there are many questions about this, always. We come back to these questions. But why is she there in this house, in this time? Lina's soul, please speak clearly through my mouth and into Lina's heart and mind, that she can feel and hear and resonate with it. I would like part of Lina to step forward and speak on this. If there is information to bring forth, please bring it now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay, I'm getting a phrase. I got the word entrapment, and then I got the word end of entrapment. And it's to do with that portal, and it's to do with your husband. Let's see what we can find here. Well, your partner, whatever. Could you please be very, very clear on the information you bring through my mouth? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a place she can gather her power. This is what it is. It is the awareness of the power. The feminine power has been hidden. And this is a place in her quiet, in her quietude, in her solitude. This place can quietly gather to her power. She can use the energy of that place. We've talked about the energy vortex from the earth itself, which is beneath, and that's why there is so much extra normal activity there. But the very essence that brings them there is that which can help. It's a calling in, a remembering, a bringing into awakened consciousness, not just dream consciousness, but awakened. She knows this. Lina knows this now. She understands. I can go outside and ask for sunshine. I can ask for those clouds to be moved. I can. I can go outside and expect it to be lovely. I can work with the weather in this manner, work with nature. I can understand, expect beautiful and good. I love this. It feeds my soul. This. She understands. And now there are other layers. There is the layer of the human in the community, the human in the society, having power back, power of clear expression through words, power of clear expression through an energetic stance, the way she stands, holds her feeling, her thought in a moment, in a present moment. This thing we gave her the last but one time, to stand in that place and to imagine filling herself with her full soul self. Imagine filling herself with earth energy from below. Imagine filling herself with all the beautiful galactic influences. This gathering, calling to of power. And I've got an image, Lina, of almost like some of those Disney cartoons we know, where you're kind of pulling in strands of energy from above, that's more from your spirit, your soul, and you're pulling in strands of energy from below, and it's coming into your body and moving into your body in a kind of energetic build up, so that you sometimes when you go out into the world, you feel exhausted, don't you? So you need to come and you bring and you collect and build this energy inside you. It's not so you can sort of go against the world. It's not like that. It's that energy of presence, so that when you say something and maybe someone doesn't listen properly, you can be quiet and strong in your standing there, holding that. Almost it gives you the power to be, it's not extra polite, but extra calm, actually. The ability to quietly say, ah, this is what I meant. This is what I need. This is what I'm looking for. Can you give it to me? Can you help me? I'm asking for this. And you build this experience of presence. And the way you measure it is how tingly you are. The fingertips, you know about your amazing activated hands. The hands activate the fingertips. You'll be feeling first, perhaps in the top of your head, perhaps in your toes. And then it might spread as you gather this with your imagination. You gather from your soul, you gather from the earth. And you feel it coming into you, powering you. Start to recognize when you can accept that energy, that your hands will be tingly, your fingers will be tingly, parts of you. And then breathe that and hold that and know that. And then you may go out into that world to do the things you wish to do and to experience the things you wish to experience. And if you feel you are drained, you have had enough, you just do one of two things. If it's possible, you can return to your home and recharge once more. First, remove that which you've taken on. Tell it to go away. Command it off. Anything negative, just tell it to leave you. Tell it to leave your body. Tell it to leave your spirit. Anything negative you feel you have accumulated. And then retank. Now, if you cannot do that, if you cannot go home to this beautiful vortex place, in your mind, go to a quiet space. If you cannot sit, stand quietly somewhere with your eyes closed. You could be just simply enjoying the sun to any passerby. And gather that feeling from the memory and breathe it in.
That was amazing to hear as well, because it was in my heart and I wanted to know it. Because it started coming up. Why I came from England to Ireland? Why is the reason? There were so many. Why this house? Because I told you before, I had a dream I will move in that house. It's so many things. You see, you have some lines, connections. Is there anything I can do extra for the house?
The house. Okay, I like that. All right, so house, I'm actually going to talk to you because you are an entity in yourself with all this energy. And Lina's soul in witness here. So we need information. Is there anything that can be done in this house, to increase the energy, to boost it as a place of happiness and healing? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now. They really like the house likes the images you've drawn. Don't be afraid to put them around the house, Lina. You can even go to a photocopier and copy them from your book and then put them around the house, like little energy totems, okay? So I'm seeing this idea of your buzzy energy, your spiritual energy coming through and touching the house, kind of giving it a lick of paint, but energy paint. And you can also use little rainbow making crystals in the windows and little flowers. in the rooms, small plants, all of that living stuff. It just loves it. It loves it because as you remember, it is a house, it's a box. It is a box, but it's on a very wild place. And so whenever it has that remembering memory of the wild growing of the place, it will take on that energy and kind of hold it for you. So just little tickles of things could make quite a big difference. That's how it feels. All right, I don't want us to, we've got 1:11, so that's good. It's just, these sessions. And then we can have a little moment and then we can come into a different kind of talking and questioning. So is that nice? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I like that smile. I saw it.
Yeah, I actually had some tears as well. It
Yeah.
was really was emotional, very pleased. It's wow.
So the pictures, how are you feeling when you're making those? Okay, so we can also ask about that, can't we? About the appearance of these drawings. What are they meaning to you? Why are they coming through to you? What is their purpose?
And it was also very interesting today about that drawings you were saying, we were saying
Yeah.
um, about symbols, because I sent you more pictures and I just like I was making it just like I don't know, like it's coming, like or sometimes vision, or sometimes I start drawing something and it's coming like you need to do that. It's funny.
It's just happening. Your sort of transmission between your soul level and your physical mind is happening more and more. And as you keep seeing the evidence, it's not that you take it seriously, but it is, you're valuing it more. That's
Oh
what
yeah,
you understand the benefit, what it's doing energetically. Yeah. So I
and I
like that
stop.
bit with the receiving that we just now got, where if you find that you're, out in the world, whatever, whether even if it's in the computer out in the world, and you're feeling drained, that you need to stop and either go home and get rid of it all and then retank, or just take yourself to a quiet space. I mean, yeah, that's important, isn't it? Because any sensitive person is going to just take on, it's because
Yeah,
you're the high gradient and they're the low gradient. So your energy naturally falls to them. That's what, and then their gunk comes into you. So you have to,
and even like we said with that pictures as well, it's funny. Because I started drawing last week, last days now. I draw about maybe 5 or 6 of them. And I just noticed, like, and I said, oh, I need more pencils. This is not good quality for me. I cannot, they make a, like I wanted to make a new virus, like, this color virus. I just like, I need something extra, or bought it someone. I did not like it, how it looks like, but it's funny, it's coming. And I just couldn't understand how. Sometimes I start doing it, it's like coming. My friend has said, like, you're gonna make some artist now exhibition, and I was laughing. I said, I'm not an artist, but I don't know how it's coming now.
yeah,
And I wanted to know it, and I got answers today. So that's why I was smiling,
nice,
just like, I got answers. That's it, what he needed.
nice.
So many answers today, and about myself, about like it's like drawings, like a symbol, some, because I couldn't understand. It was like symbols I see sometimes. Maybe it's different, like other people making, but we all different. It's coming more information, like,
Yeah, and the
and as
process, you're in contact with yourself as you draw. So let's say it
Mhm.
takes half an hour or it takes 2 hours, and all that time it's you and your soul together, which is a very good thing to do, isn't it? To glue it together, to make that contact.
It belongs to me now a lot of inside in me.
The heart in these clouds, that was exquisite.
But I sent the two pictures, one 10 minutes ago, and after 10 minutes, when it's like hard, and I'm just like, I'm not seeing straight. But when I come back home, I start looking in pictures, and just like, and this is all now in beliefs. It's science is coming. more and more.
You're going to eventually, you'll be encouraging others to do this because what is it? It's just a connection to the source, the true source of our energy. True energy comes a little bit from food, sure, good food, yeah. But true energy, actually, as you know, it comes from your spirit. And and the world is being told it comes from taking a pharmaceutical potion or going to the gym or all these sort of nonsensical things, really. But the actual place, you're going to be just showing people how natural, how normal it is. You're going to be doing the same work I do with you, but you can do it with lots of people maybe in a work setting, I don't know, but you'll be able to help them open up to themselves. It's just the reconnection because that's why you're back in Ireland, the reconnection to the Atlantean memory. We just need this reconnection to remember what we are. We've been so hoodwinked thing. At the moment you are in your home and you're learning about the place and using that energy and understanding your own self-generational energy. Eventually, you won't need that house. You won't need to live in that house in order to get that energy. But right now it's brilliant for as a tool. 5 years time, 3 years time, you can be somewhere else because you know then how to activate it. You can activate if you want more earth energy, you can activate that anywhere you want as well. You, in fact, through using creator, source creator, can reopen a portal in the earth that has been blocked. Those are the things you can do as you get more confident with who and what your energy is in your body.
I got so many answers. I'm so happy. I'm so happy today. I'm so happy. It's now like, yes, I got it. Like, you have questions just coming because I'm thinking like always, we're all thinking.
Yeah.
But
So now when you
but
draw, you can have a question and you can know that the answer to the question will be coming through the drawing.
okay, I get you. I will try that, definitely.
And so let's say at breakfast you have the question in your mind. You don't need to hold it in your mind all the time. You have it there. And then in the evening when you go to draw, you just happy drawing and you allow that answer to come. It's not like, I must find the answer. It's more, here's the question. It's brewing, it's processing. So when you finally get to the lovely, relaxed, happy state of drawing, it's going to be it.
So I made a folder, printed out everything now, all files. And if you want to, if you're making even a file to send, because usually copying, but printing everything before I was sending even the pictures to you, and that pictures little bit was talking in, recorded stuff, and so I've just put in folder like matching stuff.
Nice.
You need to get over back again sometimes to read it, to look it, and just to rethink about it. So it's good to have in one place. Thank you, Isabel.
Yeah. Nice. Good.
You made me so, so happy. You can't explain how. Because that's why I need it today.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
It's me.
I'm happy too.
I'm really, thank you. You always reply. You're always texting back your communication skills, and you're showing if you send something, you always get answer. So I wanted to say I'm very, very appreciative for all your time, and I notice you're working much more. Like we have recorded now, but after, if you send some questions or something, you always reply. I'm very, very appreciative.
It's an honor for me to do this kind of work. This is the work I love. Yeah. How could I not love this work? Yeah. How could I not love this work? So
you're doing that a lot, and we need these things as well, and we need to, even we know what we're doing, but sometimes we need to hear that as well. Because you're doing a lot. I can see you hard work and really you day and night, and your passion.
They told you forever so long. Well, I'm here to tell you it's all just a lie. You're really my love, believe they can't cry. I'm string.